YouTube, this is John Go Mobile, and today, well, the first thing we're going to replace is this. It's located right above the air compressor. Well, I got the manifold laying right there. There's this pressure sensor right there on it. And, well, needless to say, I think it's going to need to be replaced. Well, as you could tell, I already got the new valve cover laid in place. I just take the, when you do a new valve cover gasket, the lines are still flexible enough to do this. I just took everything, wrapped it up behind this group of wiring, and stuck all the injectors in between the rockers. Now, right down there, as you can see, right here, that's where you're going to put that big O-ring. I'll put a little bit of dielectric on it, hold it in place and help it. And then we'll stick that manifold in there. And the only one to tell you, do that by yourself. It is quite the pain. She is heavy. So just be gentle with it, because you don't want to break an injector or anything like that, slapping it around in here. And then once you get it set in place, I like to put a couple bolts in to line it up, and a couple whacks with a rubber mallet or brass mallet or block of wood, just to kind of set it down into place. And then I go through and I do my torquing sequence. Remember, inside, work your way out on the torque on it. Then once it's tightened down, I'll plug everything back up and go ahead and start re-engineering, or I should say re-engineering, start putting all the truck back together on these fittings here. All these little fittings, if you take a little bit of dielectric grease and put on those O-rings, it makes it so much easier to go together. And if the next guy has to take it apart, it makes it easier on him. So we're going to go ahead and stick that in there, and go ahead and hook it up to the service truck, get the batteries building up, start turning it over. The issue the truck was having was a no start. I replaced the injector on it. It ran for 3 days, and then this happened. So we're going to get it running today, and then we're going to hook the laptop to it and make sure that when I put the injector in, it's all calibrated and correct. And if we have to calibrate anything or adjust anything to make it run smoother, we're going to go ahead and do that. So until then, well, it's kind of probably hard to hear me, but it's a running truck. The truck ain't the best of shape, in no means, but it runs. Again, like I said, it just, I think honestly it lost the oil coil on it. But we're gonna go ahead and hook the laptop up to it and start pulling some codes while it's running, and yeah, see what we can find on it, and hopefully everything's good on her. Then when you get done doing one of these jobs, best thing is to hook it up to the tablet or the computer, whatever you want to do, and start going through here. I got a list of codes coming up. I got crank positioning sensor, or incorrect crank position signal. That's impacted. That's not on there right now. Accelerator low range, which that was my fault. I was pushing on the accelerator when I was starting it. But what we have active codes is we have exhaust back pressure, EP or EBP. That's a code up there. We have a communication code, ECM, most likely. We have a sensor start, which that's probably that. Injector control pressure, which is from when I was playing around with it. Accelerator pressure out of range. Yeah, incorrect crank position sensor. So what we're going to do right now is there's a lot of issues with this truck, but it does run. It doesn't run the best, but his cruise speed set at 75, road speed at 75, total engine hours 351, yeah, which that's odd. 11,830. Well, on my way back up to the shack, drop this off, get a signature on it, then contact somebody from the city because I'm supposed to go claim some sprinklers. So we'll see how this goes. Well, as you can see, winter finally decided to come. We got some moisture out there. It's beautiful out right now. As you can tell, I don't know if the camera's gonna pick it up, but it's snowing pretty good. Just wiped the snow off the pickup truck. But what we got going on today is I'm gonna run uptown with it. The service truck is sitting right there. It's frozen pretty good. So we're not gonna fire that, but I'm gonna take the little F-150 out today. And I gotta get the Dodge plugged in because with this moisture, this snow, it's really wet and heavy. So somewhere along the line, as the temperatures drop today and this snow keeps coming on the way it is, someone's gonna mess up and go off of a road. So we just gotta be ready for when that happens. Oh, and also I gotta get my tractor moved up front because I didn't prepare for the snow. So once I get the tractor moved up front, I gotta get it up closer to the house so I can plug it in. It's just one of those kind of things. But on that notion, well, still pretty wet. Not too bad, but it's getting slick. There's more of it on the thing. Just scraped it off the truck twice now. We've gotten roughly 3 inches in the last hour, so it's supposed to keep doing this for a while. So yeah, I think it's going to be a nasty afternoon. So traction's still relatively okay. In 2-wheel drive still, so that's no problem. But yep, just gonna head uptown real quick and get some things taken care of, grab some things, so if I don't have to, I don't have to be out this afternoon. Well, everything's white. We're in the service truck. We are motoring to the job over there in Holyoke, which just a couple days ago, this section of highway was pretty much closed down, whiteout conditions. But last night it stayed at 34 degrees, so kept the roads relatively good and started melting snow. And today we're expecting it to get to 39 to 40 degrees out. So this was much needed moisture, and as you can tell by right there, all that dirt on the side of the road. Yeah, somebody went off the road there. It's a lot better today. It's a lot warmer today, we should say. Yesterday was kind of cold. I went out and removed snow for a couple driveways, some customers I know. But I think today is going to be a good day. I got parts in, which that's always a nice thing when you get parts in, because I don't like to leave jobs hanging, and I don't like to have thousands of dollars worth of parts that I've purchased that I'm not getting paid for yet, sitting out there. So today we get to put those on and get that done. But as you can tell, winter is on its way. Now,
getting much sleep now. But what we're going to do is today we're going to go out and replace a water pump on a Detroit engine or a Mercedes. I can't remember which one it was, but they ordered the water pump and whatnot and had me go pick it up today. So I'm going to the near town of Ogallala, which is roughly 20 miles away, to go look at the truck and for one, make sure it is a water pump going out. Two, go ahead and replace the water pump and get them up and going as soon as possible. Well, don't mind my little river creation. Save as much antifreeze as I can. But there we go. That is a variable speed water pump. It's got a bunch of little torques on it. E-torques. It's fun to get out. Well, there it is. New pump in.